What's going on, everybody? Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow that Twitter right down below. Today, we're going to be talking about celebrities during this coronavirus. Where do I even start, man? I don't know. This has been talked about so many times, but I don't even know where to start. Let's start with Sam Smith. So, the first case of this was Sam Smith. This was before Gal Gadot. This is before everybody. Sam Smith uploaded a video of him like crying on the ledge of his house. I wish I can call it a house. It's more like an airport. Sam Smith was crying on the ledge of his airport that he owns, and he was crying because he isolated himself for like 4 days, and he just can't bear to think that, to be normal. What's funny is that like celebrities probably get so much exposure. Sam Smith probably gets so much exposure that he doesn't even realize what it's like to be a normal person with no attention anymore. I don't get attention. And I don't wake up every day to millions of likes on an Instagram page. I don't walk out of my house and everyone's like taking pictures of me, and I don't get any attention. So this is the first time that celebrities are ever experiencing time with themselves. And I feel like that's scary, especially for a guy like Sam Smith. He seems to be a party goer. All of his videos are him, just having sex with people at the club and stuff. So he even has a song called Dancing with a Stranger because he's missing his ex and he's dancing with a stranger at the club right now. But anyway, he was crying, and it's like, first of all, you can cry from isolation, no matter how rich you are. It's okay. Go ahead, cry. But posting on Instagram expecting sympathy is one of the most narcissistic things in the world. Because if you are upset, you don't post it on Instagram, period. Anybody that cries on Instagram or YouTube, I don't believe them. You don't turn on a camera to cry. That's an emotion you keep by yourself. The only reason why you're crying is so that you can get your message out with a little more sympathy, so that way people can look at you in a different light. What he's saying is very stupid, but he's crying, so we should feel bad. No, that's not true. That's manipulative behavior. Because you're sitting on the ledge of your house, ginormous mansion, crying, nobody's going to really feel bad, and nobody did feel bad, and it backfired on him. Second case was Gal Gadot. Where do I even begin with Gal Gadot? She sang Imagine All the People by John Lennon, and apparently, I guess, in her eyes, that was like the most magical thing in the world, and that was going to bring peace to the world during this coronavirus, as she also sits in her mansion, calming us all down during this time where people are dying and 16 million unemployed Americans just filed for no job. But, that's fine. Sing Imagine by John Lennon on Twitter, and you saved us, Gal Gadot. That brings me to my next point, aside from self-isolation and getting to know yourself after all these years of getting attention as a celebrity. The second thing is how far out of touch a rich person or a famous person or a rich and famous person may be from reality. See, the thing is, your expectations and standards, they move up as you go up in life, especially when you're succeeding. Take out success, they still go up. When you're 40 years old, you want a car, you want a house, you want a wife and kids. You may not have it, but you want it. When you're 20, you don't want that. When you're 20, you want something so stupid, you just want a Hot Pocket, for example. But when you're 40, you don't want Hot Pockets, you want a lobster dinner. So things change in life. Your standards change in life. Now add on the amount of immense success that they have. That heightens that by like 1 million. So they could have been regular people just like us, which is, a case of like 50% of the people that are celebrities. They've started from the bottom and they got all the way to the top and they finally made it. But throughout that process, their expectations changed as nature does when we get older. But they actually got the expectations. See, most people, they want the lobster dinner, but 99% of the people in this world by 40 years old, they don't. They don't get that lobster dinner they wanted. They end up just being an average Joe, middle or lower class, just kind of going through life, going through the motions with their friends. That 1% actually succeeded, so it inflates their ego. They get very far out of touch with reality, and they have lobster dinners every night. So when you have lobster dinners every night for 10 years, you can't go back to McDonald's. So that's the second point. Ellen DeGeneres also made a statement the other day, I think it was 2 days ago, where she stated that she felt like she was in prison because of her self-isolation. People started freaking out, saying that you don't know what it's like to be in prison. You don't know anything about prison. And that brings me to my third point. of being ungrateful. It seems like her home just isn't enough. It seems like the people living in their own apartments in between four walls, I feel like it's like, I don't even know. I'm trying to process this, but I don't even think I can. It's like, how are you that selfish to say that you feel like you're in a prison? I don't even understand that. Imagine having Ellen, I don't even know how much money Ellen has. I'm imagining she's a billionaire. I don't know. But imagine being like, let's just say her net worth is $100 million. I doubt it is, but let's just say. I think it's more. Let's say you have $100 million. You have like a $20 million mansion that's all paid off and like a Maserati and a Lamborghini. And somebody tells you got to sit in that house for 20 days with your $100 million and your huge mansion with your Maserati in the driveway. Would you mind? Would that feel like prison? I feel like you're kind of crapping on yourself at that point. It's like, why did you work so hard if you're going to feel like you're in a prison from sitting in that huge house with your wife? Like, Ellen and her wife are sitting in that ginormous house, and for some odd reason, that feels like a prison. Like, aren't you just kind of criticizing your own hard work? Maybe she should do some soul searching if she thinks that that's going to make her happy getting out of that big house. The key to a happy life is being happy with yourself. That's it. No matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, having happiness with your life, having happiness with yourself can get you the most success you could ever dream of. Remember that. All right? Your house could burn down. You can be in a huge field and you have no house, no clothes, no home, nothing. And you could be happy with yourself. You'll get through it. I promise you. Being happy with yourself, having confidence and loving your own self, waking up in the mirror and just telling yourself, you know what, you're a good person. Pretty good guy. That can get you anywhere. You can reach places you never even dreamt of. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think of these celebrities whining and crying. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.